Greetings, class, and welcome to Horror 101. Like always, I am your humble teacher and guide, Profesor Macabro, accompanied by the ever-lovely Zombie Huesitos. Well, class, do I have a story for you today? Unlike the last movie I reviewed, you can totally see the difference between good editing and good acting. Greetings, class, and welcome to Horror 101. It is I, your humble teacher and guide, Professor Macabro, accompanied by the ever-lovely Zombie Huesitos. Well, class, today I have a good tale of terror for you. Yes, a nice change of pace from the last movie I shared. Yes, you can really do tell the difference and the effect that good editing and good acting will have on your horror experience. Well, that is to say that I do not enjoy your slock fest from time to time. It is good to sit down and watch something that really makes you go, that is how you do a movie. Yes. I'm almost near to eating, so I better speed this up. Today's tale of terror is hunger, which actually reminds me I'm quite hungry. No, sorry. I know you're very hungry. You're nothing but skin and bones, Zombie Huesitos. Yes, the hunger. Blind buy for me. Before this, I knew nothing of this particular movie before I picked it up. But I did, watched it, and man, oh man, now that's how you do a horror movie. The plot of the movie is about your typical, mad scientist guy. It's kind of like Jigsaw, but on a smaller scale. The plot is that 5 strangers wake up in the middle of the dark, and you don't know what's going on because the movie does take an interesting look at how it is for the characters. The movie starts, and just like the characters waking up, everything is pitch dark. It's very disoriented, but it does close up to the characters in the dark with just a hint of light. You can see their just basic outline, and their eyes glow with the ever smallest hint of light. Very, very cool lighting. Very, very well done. And you are introduced to this cast of characters through the dark. Only close-ups of their faces. And that's when they realize that, oh, crap, where are we? What's going on? And then you get a screen saying day thus. And on the second day, there came light. And now the characters can look at each other. And they start interacting. And this is something that horror movies tend to forget. You have to introduce your characters. You have to make people give a shit about the people that are about to either die or experience something truly horrifying. If you just crank out characters that no one gives a shit about, well then you end up with people cheering for the killer because you want the killer to get rid of these assholes. Or you just are like, well, I don't give two shits about these people. I just want to see the kill, so, meh. But when you actually have character development, when you actually introduce your characters and have them interact, and you can see their virtues and foibles, well then, that's different. You actually get invested in the people, and you actually care about seeing these people either try to survive and work together. Now, the madman that came up with this went after people that had experience with killing people. You have the one guy, portrayed by Johnny Cage from the Street Fighter movie. I like that guy. He should get more work. His thing is that he mercy killed his wife. She had a terrible disease and asked for him to help her die, and he did, gave her a morphine overdose, and then the wife died, but he was pegged a murderer. Then you have this other chick that killed her boyfriend, this other guy that was a thief and went to rob a convenience store, killed the clerk because she pulled a gun at him, claimed self-defense, but he was a clerk, so I don't know how that worked. Then you have your two characters that didn't really do anything, but are there as, the control subject. You have your three killers and two guys that aren't killers. And they are stuck in this well, they find out. A well with tubs of water, but no food. The plot thickens. They have enough water to live because the human body cannot go 7 days without water. 7 days, you die. And the most that the human body can survive without food is 30 days, according to the movie. So they have enough water to last them, but no food. And that's where the title comes from. Hunger. This nutball, this experiment is to lock these people up and see how long it takes them to turn on each other and turn cannibals. Not surprisingly, you would think that because the Johnny Cage character is a decent guy. He has a bad ticker, but he's genuinely willing to help people out. The main girl, a blonde girl, also is willing to try to help everyone out to survive this ordeal. But it does fall into the stereotypes because you have your asshole character, you have another girl that's not all that she seems, and you have the nice guy that ends up going crazy. So that's when the shit hits the fan, and then they go cannibal on poor Johnny Cage, which is a shame. I wanted him to last a little bit longer, but as the good guy with a bum ticker, well, he was the easiest one to take out. So, the three remaining people, well, four, but the blonde lady does not want to give up her humanity and refuses to feast on some Johnny Cage foodie stuff. So, she is tied up and slowly withers away like zombie wasitos here. And the other three people are like, yum, 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 Johnny Cage, yum, yum, yum. I really wish I had some barbecue here, yum, 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 yum. And things get worse because as they lost their humanity, they start turning into real monsters. It's a very interesting character study, but the thing that I appreciate the most about this one is that it is edited well, very, very good editing, and the acting is amazing. The lighting, everything. The only thing that unfortunately falters is the mad guy that set everything up. You kind of get a hint of his backstory and the traumatic experience that happened to him, but for all of the movie, he doesn't really say anything. He's just in his room, chilling, watching the TV or the monitors with all the people doing their own thing, and he's like taking notes, and I'm like, yes, that subject went bonkers, and that's interesting, that's very interesting. But he doesn't really do much, and he gets taken out like a whip. Truly, how did this guy nab 5 people, lug them all the way down to the well, and got taken out like a punk? Pathetic. But other than the disappointing bad guy, again, the movie is very well edited, very well acted, very well lit, everything I enjoyed quite a bit. Even though some people might get and compare it to Jigsaw, because he set up this elaborate trap and stuff, but not really like Jigsaw. But I can understand people getting that jive when they read the synopsis on the back. If you can track this movie down, give it a chance. Again, it is well acted, and the character development I thought was very interesting. It's not your typical hack and slash movie. The kill count is only, they only have 5 people, and you don't have jump scares, and it's not, torture porn in any sense. There are some pretty fucked up things in the movie, but nothing that goes too overboard. Nice watch, thoroughly enjoy it. Hunger gets a Macabro score of A. I quite enjoyed it, and the world setting does showcase a very claustrophobic environment. Even though the main girl somehow is able to survive without any food. I was just rooting for her to get out of that well. You get out of that well. But of course it is left, kind of to her own devices afterwards. Thoroughly enjoyed that indeed. Well, class, that was today's tale of terror. The terror of the human condition and how far people will go when push comes to shove. Like the Joker said, push people too far. Madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push. But sometimes the strong-willed kind of people will be able to not fall into the darkness. Or maybe they will. Humans are a fickle creature. Well, class, until I see you all again, this was Professor Macabro. That is Zombie Wasitos. We who go out and eat something, because seeing that movie made me a bit peckish. So until I see you all again, class, good evening.